Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Daria. I'm a singer-songwriter and very soon first-time mommy to be. And in this very first vlog episode for you guys, I want to share my first trimester survival guide where I'll be talking about my symptoms and the remedies that help me out. If you're watching this, you probably just found out that you're pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant. So here's what's potentially waiting for you. And trust me, most of us are in for a hell of a ride. So buckle up your seatbelts. Let's get started. Number one, shortness of breath. So the very first symptom I actually experienced, and the one that alerted me to the fact that something was different about me, was shortness of breath. I was in my home, I was running down the staircase, and I found myself breathing really heavily, something I've never experienced before from running down the stairs. And because I knew that something is wrong, and because I knew that my husband and I were trying to conceive, I took a test the next day and it was confirmed I was pregnant. Later, I researched it, and shortness of breath is actually a very common symptom, and it's caused by the increase of the hormone progesterone. It causes for our lung capacity to increase because we will need 20% more oxygen to sustain our little one. And while your body gets used to the new lung capacity, you might feel shortness of breath. I still feel it once in a while, and I'm in the second trimester already. Number two, extreme fatigue. So the other big symptom I was experiencing pretty much straight away was extreme fatigue. Literally at 5 or 6 p.m., I would be crashing on the couch. I would be completely useless. I would try to fight through it because, I had to get stuff done. I'm a singer-songwriter. I have to write a song. I have to go perform. I have to sell my music. And suddenly I was just... In my case, I was very lucky because I'm able to take a break whenever I want to because I work from home. So it really is in my hands and it is my decision. But to all of you mommies out there who have to go to work, just take a day off if at all possible. You need it and you deserve it. You are creating new life after all. So if there was ever the perfect time to slow down and nourish yourself, this is the time. Number three, fear and anxiety. Anxiety. Is that how you say it? It's one of those words. If you say it often enough, it sounds funny. Anyway, at this point, I want to be really honest with you guys because I don't think many women feel comfortable talking about this, but I want to talk about this so that some of you can realize that you're not alone. So while my husband was jumping up and down from happiness that I'm pregnant, my first reaction was like, "Ah!" Literally, that was my first reaction. I freaked out. I got all nervous and scared. And the first instinct was like, oh my God, there's something inside of me that's growing. Like, isn't it mind-boggling? Your human organism is growing another human organism. It's an incredible realization. It's truly mind-boggling. And at first, it was a very scary thought. Then the other fears and questions kick in. Am I ready for this? Am I going to be a good mother? Is my husband going to be a good father? Are we going to be a good team? What if I can't do this? What if I don't know enough yet to raise a decent human being? What if something happens to the baby? I had sleepless nights. I was on the phone researching. To me, it's a huge responsibility to raise a little human being. And am I ready for this? So on top of all of your physical symptoms, you got hormones raging. I gotta be honest, it was really hard not to judge myself, not to be hard on myself, not to be upset at myself that why am I not happier? Why am I not ecstatic? What's going on? I should be jumping up and down. We decided not to tell anybody for the first 3 months, so that made me feel even more lonely and isolated in my experience. And I felt like my husband doesn't understand me. He doesn't know what I'm going through physically and emotionally right now. So what helped me out a lot was actually speaking to somebody, speaking to my best friend who was amazing. And also I went onto a lot of forums online to see what other mommies to be have to share. It made me feel less alone, less isolated. The other thing that really helped me out, and I'm so grateful a friend of mine recommended this to me, was this pregnancy journal. And there's tons of them out there that you can buy, but I chose this one. This is the Pregnancy Journal, 4th edition by Christine Harris. It's a day-to-day guide to a healthy and happy pregnancy. It's amazing because literally day to day, It has interesting facts about your baby's development and interesting quotes. For example, just randomly, once you bring life into this world, you must protect it. We must protect it by changing the world. And I really enjoyed reading about what's happening with a baby every day. You can put in notes, your thoughts, a little letters to the little one. It kind of made the whole pregnancy a bit more real. Because, during the first trimester, everything is such a chaos. You don't see a tummy. All you're trying to do is survive and get through the nausea. So it's really difficult to connect with the fact that you're going to have a baby at the end of it all. This journal really helped me to connect with my baby. And I also asked my husband to write in it. So it kind of brought us closer and made it all much more exciting and much more real. So to all of you mommies to be out there who are going through similar bouts of anxiety and nervousness about it all, just know that you're not alone. Don't be so hard on yourself. Trust that it's just a phase. Do speak to somebody who you can trust. And if it gets really bad, speak to a professional, because some women do experience full-on depression when they get pregnant, and it can literally be caused by hormones. Now that I'm in my second trimester, I am really happy to report that I am in full blissful enjoyment of my pregnancy. I can feel the magic. I feel inspired by it. I feel motivated. I feel like my little one is making me a stronger person than I ever was. Number 4, vocal range changes. One of the biggest symptoms I also noticed was a change in my vocal range. I could not for the life of me hit my high notes the same way I hit them before. So I did my research, and there it is. Lo and behold, the increase of estrogen and progesterone causes the vocal cords to swell up, which is not helpful for singers. I gotta say, I kind of freaked out about it because I am a singer-songwriter. That's my job. So what am I going to do now? In my case, I decided to focus on writing new songs, new material. And by the way, if you want to check out my work so far, you can visit my website at dariasmusic.com. You can find me on iTunes and Spotify and everywhere. But basically, the reason I'm mentioning this particular symptom is because apparently a lot of women go through it. And fun fact, Reese Witherspoon apparently was filming a movie, and halfway through the movie, she got pregnant. Her vocal range changed so much that they had to re-record the audio for the first half of the movie to match her voice to the rest of the movie. And on a positive note, my lower notes sound really velvety smooth. Check it out. Came back to life down at the bottom. Oh. Nausea. Now let's talk about the big bad one. They also call it morning sickness, but I'm not sure why, because it really should be called all day freaking long sickness. In my case, nausea, food aversion, and increased sense of smell kind of went hand in hand. And I have to say, I consider myself quite lucky. I did not have to throw up once, but as soon as I would get up physically, I would feel nauseous. For the first 14 weeks of my pregnancy, I would get up, run to the kitchen, put something in my mouth, bread, crackers, anything that's neutral, doesn't smell. What worked really well for me was eating on time. I had to eat every hour, just put something in my mouth, just to keep myself stable. I literally had food with me everywhere. In my car, all my jackets. I had these guys with me everywhere I went. Organic Preggie Pops. These are awesome because you can just suck on them every time you feel a bout of nausea coming up. Ginger really helped me out. I know a lot of people don't like the taste. I actually do like the taste, but I did discover this really cool tea by Yogi. It's called Ginger Mango. If you really hate the taste of ginger, but you know it's good for you, this is what you can go with. Sometimes I would buy fresh ginger at the store and I would just cut it up, pour hot water over it, let it stand for 5 minutes, and then you can add a little bit of lemon juice if you want to. My food aversions were against seafood and meats and anything with strong smelling sauce on it. What I find fascinating about it all is that our body is so smart. Our body tells us not to eat stuff that will make us sick, and thus protecting our little one. That realization kind of helped me get through the nausea mentally, but physically it was not a pleasant experience. Don't try to diet during the first trimester. Bad idea. I did whatever was necessary to survive. I'd have pasta with cheese and ketchup because that's the only thing that I was able to hold down without feeling nauseous. My body was in full-on survival mode. Sometimes I would get hungry and nauseous at the same time. And again, I consider myself lucky because my symptoms literally stopped on week 14. The other big one you should be aware of are extreme mood swings caused by raging hormones. Everybody's pregnancy is different. In my case, I was going from being so in love with my husband like never before to wanting to kill him in a blink of an eye. My husband was cooking for me and doting on me, and for our support system, these kind of fluctuations are difficult to understand. They are difficult to understand even for us because, again, it's hormones. It's like having a really, really bad PMS. So for all of you ladies who are going through something similar, know it's normal. Know that you're not alone. So in my case, in my lucid moments, I would let my husband know that I love him very much, even in the moments that I want to kill him. Number 7, constipation. So I'm not sure many women would feel comfortable talking about this, but yeah, constipation is a big one. So the hormone progesterone causes the food to travel through our intestines much slower than normal, which causes constipation. And also we're taking prenatal vitamins. Make sure to take your prenatal vitamins, which have more iron. So the increased iron of our prenatals also causes constipation. What helped me out was this amazing tea called Smooth Move. I don't have it in the house right now, otherwise I'd show it to you, but I'll just blend in a picture right here. Also in my case, dried prunes and dried fruit helped me out to just get things moving again, you know? You're also supposed to drink a lot of water, and they say exercise can help deal with that situation. But during the first trimester, my exercise dwindled down to very mild stretching once in a while to a very strenuous climb into the bathtub for my nightly ritual of aromatherapy. Another fun fact is constant peeing. So I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to do your research yet, but our body does produce more blood to sustain our pregnancy, and that extra blood flow in our body makes the kidneys produce up to 25% more urine after conception. In my case, that meant running to the bathroom 3 to 4 times a night, which made me lose my sleep. It's a really good way to get used to not sleeping once the baby's here. And I'm happy to report that in the second trimester, that particular symptom went away completely. And now I have to go to the bathroom more often, only because the baby is sitting on my bladder. One of the things I was really excited about during pregnancy, obviously apart from having a beautiful baby at the end of the journey, was not experiencing period cramps. Little did I know, the uterus has to stretch and expand to accommodate the growing baby, and that comes, as you guessed right, with cramps. Bad, very similar to period cramps. And bloating. So I kind of went easy on painkillers, but you can speak to your doctor and they can tell you which painkillers you can potentially take that are safe for you and the baby to take in that moment. What helped me out was my nightly bath time. I recently got these really cool bath bombs from Natural Spa on Amazon, and I can't wait to try them out. I haven't tried them yet. What I did try was this particular Herbal bath by Kneipp. It's a German company. So this one smells amazing, makes the water color really blue. And this particular smell is called Sweet Dreams. It's got valerian and hops. Really helped me to just relax at nighttime and relieve some of those cramps, and help me also get a good night's sleep. And speaking of good night's sleep, I was also using this Deep Sleep Super Blend by This Works, and I would put it into my humidifier and just run it for a couple of hours as I fell asleep, and it was really relaxing. By the way, you have to be careful with incense and oils that you use during pregnancy. Do your research. Some essential oils are good for you and some are not. So the cramping kind of went hand in hand with bloating. I immediately noticed that my normal clothes and underwear didn't feel comfortable anymore. And even though you don't see a belly yet, in my case, nothing was visible until month 5, but it was feeling very sensitive and tight. So one of the first things I purchased on Amazon was maternity underwear, and I'll show you that. Really cute. I'm gonna include a link. They have really cute colors and it's super comfortable, 100% cotton. Really happy with those. And the last but not least of all the fun symptoms you could potentially experience is heartburn. In early pregnancy, heartburn is caused by, you guessed it, the increased hormone progesterone. This hormone causes the uterine muscles to relax, which essentially also relaxes the wall between the esophagus and the stomach, which causes heartburn. My trusted companion for those moments was Zantac. Again, I'm not a healthcare professional, but according to my research and my healthcare provider, these are safe to take during pregnancy, but definitely ask your doctor before you take anything. The other thing that helped me with heartburn, especially at night, and is to this day, by far, my favorite purchase ever, an absolute must-have, is my pregnancy pillow. Yeah. This thing is so comfortable. It's like sleeping on a cloud. It gives all the right support in all the right places. This is an absolute must-have. And I think this pillow is actually going to be quite useful for breastfeeding one day. I think this is how you use it. So that was it. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I will be posting once a week, most probably every Thursday or Friday. I haven't decided yet, but I will let you know. I'm excited to have you guys on board. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.